Welcome to my workplace at Ranaghat, West Bengal, India. This is fecomultiplication of a cataract with weak geniole. Let us observe this surgery. This is the main incision with a 2.8 mm steel keratome. 2% HPMC is injected into the anterior chamber. It is applied over the cornea for better visibility. A side port is made on the left side of the main incision about 2.5 clock hours away. And now as I try to do rhexis, I cannot pierce the center of the anterior capsule with the Utrata forceps, and there was wrinkling as I attempted that. It means there is weak geniole. So I take a sharp needle, make a cut, raise a flap, and use the Utrata to guide this flap anti-clockwise all around to do an adequate sized rhexis of about 5 mm. And it is done. And now hydrodissection. A 27 gauge cannula is used to do hydrodissection. The anticapsular rim is raised and a fluid wave goes from one side of the equator to the opposite side. And now, in this case, I used a pre-chopper to divide the nucleus into several fragments. In weak geniole, this pre-chopper is useful because we are not using irrigation pressure and we are not using vacuum to hold the nucleus. As the nucleus is divided into 4 pieces, the tip of the phaco needle goes in with its bevel down, and immediately one piece comes to the tip of the phaco needle and it is emulsified. Then another piece comes. My plan is to remove the nucleus and leave the cortex, which will protect the posterior capsule. Ultrasonic energy used is 60%, flow rate is 45 ml per minute, vacuum is 450 mm of mercury for emulsification of these pieces. Little bit of visco is used at this time, and then a 22 gauge Simcoe cannula is used to remove the cortex. The cortex is pulled very gently. Most of the time attempt is made to not to pull the cortex, hold it and remove it then and there. Now I go through the side port and remove the cortex from 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. This is a good cleaning, and there is no cortex, no lens fibers sticking to the posterior capsule. And now I attempt hydroimplantation after increasing the main wound size a bit. A hydrophilic acrylic single-piece monofocal intraocular lens is placed in the capsular bag. In this case, a CTR was not required. I could complete the case without using a CTR. The side port is then closed by hydrating corneal stroma on either side of this stab wound, and then a final lavage of the anterior chamber is done with the Simcoe cannula, and then the antechamber is formed nicely and the case is concluded. Thank you very much for your attention. Hope this video will help you in developing your surgical skills. Be a great surgeon and serve your patients with love, respect, empathy, and great surgical competence.